Hi, welcome to the Dixon on Disney Archives. I'm Jeff Dixon. Thanks for joining me here in this place that I hang out. I call it an office, but for the sake of this show, it's the archives because, well, that's what all the stuff would be. And today I want to show you something that you're actually going to have to take a look at. It's sitting on the shelf. I'm not going to move it off the shelf because it's heavy, but you can aim the camera at it. It is a interesting looking little display with Mickey Mouse sitting there holding the key, leaning up against the mailbox with some buildings behind him. And you say, well, what in the world is that? Well, if you are a fan of Disney and Disney collectibles, you know that Disney at various times will offer statuette types of things like this. Usually it's a movie scene or a movie character or maybe something from a film or a resort or something like that. In this particular case, this was released a number of years ago as the Disney vacation clubs begin to come into existence and they begin coming online. Hence Mickey with the key, wanting to give you the key, and you could be now a vacation club member and have your own key to the Magic Kingdom, if you will, and make Disney part of your home. And so being a part of that Disney timeshare environment, then these buildings reflect the resorts that were being built at the time, and so they put Mickey in this. And this was a display that was used. It was a display that was used in meetings where the concept was being addressed. There were times that this was used as a display that simply would be part of a bigger display introducing some of those clubs to you. And then there were other times where this was offered as a limited edition, and a few of these began to filter out and people began to be able to purchase them, which is where mine came along. Mine came along via someone else who tagged it, found it, and thought it might be something that would look good. I liked it because, again, of the key that was in it, because that key ties back into the Key to the Kingdom books. Mickey with the key is always a big win for me. And so it becomes something that after I got it, not only did I appreciate it, but I had no idea when I got it how rare it was and how it's not something you can just go out there and find and buy and pick up quite as easily as maybe some of the other memorabilia that's out there. One of the things that happens too is if you look at this and it reminds you, okay, the Disney Vacation Clubs now, while most people and most Disney fans are familiar with that, when they emerged, it was the Disney timeshare approach. It was a little bit different, the way they did it with their points, the way that they did it where you could trade points because it's Walt Disney World. There are multiple resorts and properties that you can visit if you want to buy into it. And if that's something that you like to do and you've done, then you understand how that works and how that works well. And there's a number of ways to get involved in it. And usually Disney is pretty intriguing about how they figure out a way to get everybody involved where everybody can participate. They find a number of levels where you can buy your own points, and you can buy those points, and those points will do this. But you can buy more points if you want, and even more points if you want. That's the setup. Some of you completely understand that. Some of you have no idea what I'm talking about, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, the concept was good because Disney realized that they had a place that people wanted to have a better connection to than just coming as a theme park visitor. This was an attempt to, outside of being a stockholder, let you own a piece of the Disney resort and could call Disney your home because you own a home at Disney. Oh, sure, it's a timeshare. You don't get it all the time, but it's your home. There's incredible value in having a place to call home and having a place that is a soft place and having that place where you can always find that reassurance and feel like when you're there, you can be the best version of yourself because you can be yourself. That's the value of home. For a lot of you who are watching this, in some ways, Disney feels like home. I know it does for me. When I get there, I can relax, I can laugh, I know what to expect, I know the environment. Yeah, it has a homey feel to it. This is what I'm reminded of when I look at this particular piece. And one of the reasons that for me, I love the fact that it's something that was put out that sells that idea of home. Even the details on the fence of the Mickey heads on the fence and things like that. It just rings of this is a Disney thing, a Disney place, and this is a place that you can enjoy and be a part of. And so, don't be afraid to find home. Home always feels good. And home is where you will be when you visit the Walt Disney World Resort. I look forward to joining you next time here in the archives. Until then, have a magical, wonderful, marvelous day.